Welcome to Game On Magazine, Fran Hilton-Smith. Really good to chat to you again about women's football and Banyana Banyana. Thank you for being with us.
No, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here discussing my favorite topic.
I'd just like to really set the tone with regards to women's football in South Africa and ask you about this year, 2016, knowing that we're going to the Olympic Games with our women's team as well as our men's team. We know there's an age category attached to that, but you can explain that to us a bit later. But just the general feeling in the camp of the success and the way forward this year. Are you guys satisfied?
I think certainly we're obviously very excited to have qualified for our second Olympics, and specifically the girls are very excited because many of them who played at our first Olympic Games are still in this team presently and really know what they didn't know then and want to go back and prove that we can actually make a mark of some extent and be, I think, better prepared. And you only can be better prepared when you've experienced something, and now they have experienced the Olympics in England.
And just looking at obviously the coach's role, Vera Power has come in and done a tremendous job with our girls and qualifying in difficult conditions, Central Africa away from home, needing to do the job, and they did the job. When you look at the preparation and where it's come to, would you say you're in a good position, or a very good position ahead of Rio, or is there a lot of work to do in this next phase heading up to the Olympics?
Well, I think we're very well prepared in our planning of the way forward. And I think having Coach Vera, that was one of the reasons why we decided to look for an experienced coach, is she has the feel of world football coaching. Coached at the highest level in Russia, Scotland, the Netherlands, played at the highest level. And we felt that we needed that tactical input into the team so that we can compete on an even footing, because we haven't been at any major competition, specifically the women, and therefore we didn't have a feel of what it was all about. And I think that's what Vera has brought in, is her experience at international level, and specifically in tactics, where now the team can shift between different playing formations, have 3 formations during one match, and that's what we want, is to be able to go to the Olympics and compete with the best in the world on a more even footing than we felt we had previously.
Now, I understand we're nowhere near the coach having a selection in mind, a squad in mind, but with regards to players and the way the squad is shaping, is there anything you can tell us at this stage, early in the year?
Well, I think what the coach has done up to now, she's been in camp since November, and her planning is to camp until the Olympics. So it's massive preparation, a full-out program, building up gradually to the Olympics. She has been working very closely with some experts in preparing her program. So it's a gradual preparation, but the girls will be in camp going forward. And I think she's brought in all the kind of players she wants to look at, had a big pool of talent, and slowly she's whittling down the team to get a core pool that she will be working with going forward. Obviously players from the under-20 squad, from the previous under-17 squad that competed in the under-17 World Cup in Trinidad and Tobago. There's a number of players from that squad she's looked at. One of them, of course, being like players like Jermaine Sepusenwi, Robin Moodley. There's a whole lot of them. So she's slowly looking for the kind of setup that she wants to work with heading towards the Olympics. And of course our HPC players, the High Performance Centre, where the bulk of our national team players come from. They're all based at the High Performance Centre, and we're trying to get more there as we speak.
You've already touched on some young footballers. We've seen the age of our national women's team come down, I think, over the years. Even if we look back to the 1990s, it's a younger crop of players, and there's a lot more fluidity between the junior.
Certainly, I think you've touched on it. What my vision certainly is, and I think the coach shares that, is we want a progression from the under-17 national team to the under-20 to Banyana. And I think we have that. We've worked hard at it, that players just don't disappear, that they graduate and bring all the experience that they've gained along the way, and you can only learn to compete by competing. And I think we have some quality players who have competed now in the under-17 team, the under-20, but of course we want to retain a lot of the players who played in the previous Olympics who are still capable of contributing to the success of the team. So we have players there presently like your Janine van Wyk, the captain, Phumi Nyandeni, Amanda Dlamini, a whole lot of them that were at the previous Olympics. So the coach is obviously hoping that they can all meet the criteria and make the team, because they have that experience of the first Olympics, and that's really crucial because you only learn by doing, and they've done it.
And does the rules setup differ much from the men's at the Olympics, or can fans expect to see the same setup in terms of age group and guest players that you're allowed?
Well, fortunately in women's football there's no age limit, so it's not under 23 like the men with 1 or 3 overage players. In the women's Olympics the players can be any age. So that's a big advantage for the coach too, because she doesn't have any limitations. She can choose the players that she wants despite their age.
Wonderful. And just in terms of giving back, I mean, we know that Banyana players have been very active. We've seen more CSR projects and fan engagements happening. Is there something specific that you could tell the fans, the younger fans at least, what the Banyana players are doing to give back or uplift young footballers hoping to follow them? Is there a specific program that they're involved in, or any coaching specifics that they do at a grassroots level?
Well, I think a number of the players have embarked on coaching projects, and I think the perfect example, and really a wonderful example, is the JBW schools project, which the captain Janine van Wyk embarked upon 3 years back, where she started school leagues in Gauteng. And it's been absolutely incredible that she has hundreds of teams playing on a regular basis with, I think it's about 1,600 players now from many of the schools in Gauteng, playing in a structured league in different age groups. And it's just growing in leaps and bounds. And it's really been a big project in developing girls football, and I think Amanda Dlamini also has a league like that. What we're embarking on now, while the girls are in camp for so long, is to do a SAFA D license coaching course for the girls in grassroots, so that hopefully some of them in their capacity can start doing some coaching in schools, maybe getting involved in coaching when they complete their playing career. We have a number of former players now, like Maud Kumalo, Simpiwe Dludlu, Desiree Ellis, Cheryl Buertes, who are really involved in coaching at the highest level. Maud and Simpiwe being in our under-17 national team, Maud in the under-20, Cheryl's being the coach of the under-20. So we're trying to get former national players involved in coaching, administration, refereeing, and putting back into the game the experiences they've been fortunate enough to have.
Thank you, Fran, and that's great insights once again. And any specific message you'd just like to pass on to the fans, those who'll be following Banyana towards the Olympics?
Well, to keep supporting the team. I think a team is nothing without their supporters. And Banyana certainly have had tremendous support from the public. They SAFA's second most valuable property after Bafana. So it shows the interest that people have in the women's national team. We certainly would like all the women to start saving their money, because we hope to have a following coming to Brazil. And we hope to have as many supporters as possible coming with the team. But in the meantime, we should have some games at home, and the stadium
Games. Obviously, having men and women's team there, it's been a long time since the men were there as well. And yeah, just really like to wish the team all the best from Game On Magazine, and the team here will certainly be behind the girls and watching the build-up closely all the way to the Olympics. So thanks again for talking to Game On.
Thanks for your interest, and thanks to Game On for supporting women's football. It's really appreciated. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Fran.
Thank you.